Hello everyone. Today we're gonna critically analyze the section English of UNT exam. My name is Rayhan Taykhaza and my pair is Khader Khunduz. So let's get started. Um, Here is our overview. First of all, we're gonna start from sharing our general opinion on UNT validity and of course types of validity. Then we'll give some real examples that we have found from the variants. Then we'll give some improvements according to our examples. After that, we will conclude overall UNT validity. As we know, the UNT English section often focuses heavily on grammar, vocabulary, and the reading comprehension. So while these are essential skills, it may not fully represent the broader construct of English proficiency, which also includes speaking and writing, as we know. So because of this imbalance, content validity is partial. The test measures some parts of the domain well, but leaves out productive skills. It's about content validity. And now from the concept of contract validity, the test mainly evaluates test-taking ability in a multiple choice format rather than deeper communicative competence. So it risks measuring memorization and strategies rather than true language proficiency. So that's why contract validity is therefore limited.
And then the next one, it is criterion-related validity. Ideally, high score on UNT should predict success in university-level English courses. So, however, since the test doesn't measure writing or speaking, students who score high may still struggle with academic communication. So, this weakness, criterion-related validity, so it still predicts performance in reading heavy courses reasonable well. So, and for students and the teachers, the test looks like it measures English since it contains familiar tasks like grammar, reading, vocabulary. However, test takers may also feel it is artificial and doesn't reflect real life communication, lowering face validity from a communicative perspective. And this is about face validity.
Now we're gonna share our real examples from the section English of UNT exam. So we have identified 12 questions, and our first question says here we need to choose the correct variant. The question itself: Matt kicked the ball, space, hard, space, he broke his toe. There we have 4 variants, and according to this question, I can say that content validity is okay because it covers cause-effect grammar pattern and relevant for English learners. But from contract validity of view, it's a little bit weak. Why? Because it measures recognition of fixed structure, how we can say, not actual communicative use. Now criterion related validity is also weak because knowing this form doesn't predict university writing or speaking success. That's why criterion related validity is limited. Now about face validity. So students see it as a real grammar question, that's why face validity is also okay. So what kind of improvements can we add to such kind of questions? We can add some context. For example, we can say during the football match, Matt kicked the ball so hard that he broke his toe, or ask learners to complete a short dialogue. It will be better. Question number 2. In this case, we need to choose the correct verb form. The question itself: Mom had her handbag, space, and in this space, we need to choose the correct form of the verb on holiday. Content validity. Content validity, I guess there is okay because that's causative, passive, important, advanced grammar. Concept validity is weak here because isolated sentence doesn't measure language ability in real situations, as I have already said. Then criterion related validity is a little bit limited because it doesn't predict academic communication skills. Then after that, our face validity here is strong because learners recognize this as advanced grammar, I guess. Improvements here. Here I think we can provide authentic context, such as when we were in Italy, mom had her handbag stolen on the bus. By this way we can improve such types of questions. Question number 3. Here as in the previous, we need to choose the correct variant. In the beginning of the question, here is a space. Then I, a president, I would make sure people obey the law. Content validity, I guess it's okay because it covers subjunctive conditional structures. Then construct validity is limited because tests grammar form, it tests grammar form, not ability to use it in argument or in writing skills, let's say. Then criterion related validity is enough weak because real university tasks require extended writing and the reasoning, not just kind of filling the blanks. Then the face validity. Face validity is okay because it looks like advanced and formal, and here is strong face validity. We can say now how can we improve such questions? I guess we can place such questions in debate, in a dialogue. For example, during the class discussion, one student said, "Space, I, a president, I would make sure people obey the law." Third question can be improved in such ways. Question number 4. Here our question is related to determiners. There we have multiple correct answers, and from the concept of content validity, this question is okay because it covers article usage, and I guess article usage is a key grammar point. Then construct validity. Construct validity in this question is a little bit weak because it doesn't assess broader communicative ability. From the point of criterion related validity, it's very limited Yes, because it correct use here, it doesn't strongly predict academic success, as we know. Then face validity. Face validity is okay because it's clear and recognizable grammar question. So improvements. How can we improve such kind of questions? So we can make more natural and contextual question. For example, in Kazakhstan, then its space car is often necessary because public transport is limited. We can change this question by this way. Then question number 5. Here we need to correct models. So question itself, space, I use a little bit of your perfume. So there is also multiple correct answer question. So content validity is okay, construct validity is a little bit problematic, limited. Then criterion related validity is also weak, and here is the face validity weak too, because learners may feel it's unfair or artificial. So how can we improve? We need to specify the context. So in formal way, it will be, may I use a little bit of your perfume? And then in informal way, can I use a little bit of your perfume, or allow multiple? No, it's a multiple correct answer. So by these two ways, we can improve our fifth question. So I mean that we need to specify that we need to show formal way of asking and informal way of asking such kind of questions. And the question number 6, there's question about question words like what, why, who, when, whose, and the which. So I guess content validity there is okay too, because it's question words and it's a fundamental skill of English knowledge. Then construct validity. Construct validity is also weak here because, as we know, no communicative setting, only form recognition. Then criterion related validity is weak too because little relevance to university English tasks and the real communicative use. Face validity is okay because it's strong, clearly looks like in English question. Then what kind of improvements we can add to such kind of questions? As I already said, we need to add context. For example, he seemed upset after the meeting. Why did he say that? So before our question, we need to add some context, and after that, give our question, and it will be more understandable for test takers.
Okay, the seventh question about reported speech. Here, students should choose the correct form of reported speech, and the task itself. Yes, I will pay for the meal, she said. Yes, okay, and here, content validity, it is absolutely high because covers reported speech transformations, yes, and also face validity high because strong learners recognize it is this question related to the reported speech. So, and the construct validity, also criterion related validity, it is low, and the weak because only checks recognition, not ability to produce, and the weak predictor of actual university writing ability. So, and the next question, it is mixed conditional. Here also space, you may bitterly regret it if you had trusted. Here the right answer, and here also content validity, it is high because covers advanced grammar like mixed conditional. So, and face validity also high because looks like real advanced grammar to learners. And construct validity, it is weak because no communicative context, and the criterion related validity also weak because here not predictive of university success. And how we can improve this question? We can put in dialect, I warned you not to give him your password. If you had trusted him, you may bitterly regret it. So the next question, it is correct verb form. So here, Yuri Gagarin was the first man out space and the outer space to enter. Here the right answer. So here again, content validity, it is high because check infinitive after ordinal numbers. So, and the construct validity, it is low, more about memorizations and use this task. And the criterion related validity, it is also weak because weak predictive power. Yes. And what about face validity? It is absolutely high because strong student expect such grammar questions. So how we can improve this question? Improvement, it is conceptualized in reading passage in, for example, 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first man, and the space, outer space marking the start of the space age. Yeah, and the next question, we should choose the correct variant here, and the task itself, I favor Italian food space, Chinese food. Yeah, and here, content validity, it is high because it is compares alternative useful grammar, and the face validity also high because it looks like a standard grammar and vocabulary question. Yeah, and the construct validity, it is weak because only for focused, and the criterion related validity also weak because little connection to university English, that no little connection. So how we can improve this question? You can put in a real life context. For example, at the restaurant, I favor Italian food space Chinese food, and etc. So, and the next question, replace the conjunctions. Yes, and here also content validity and the face validity, it is high because test synonyms for conjunctions relevant vocabulary, and this question high looks like a clear grammar and the vocabulary question. Yes, and the construct validity and the criterion related validity, it is also weak because learners speak from a list without understanding real life usage, formal or informal, and criterion-related validity limited and likely to predict university success again. And how we can improve this question? We can put in a real-life scenario. For example, you are group mates. I'll help you with the homework. Space, you help me tomorrow, and etc. Yes. And the last question here, we should identify pronouns. Yeah, like can space help me with these glasses? And here also content validity and the face validity, it is high because test pronoun used in essential grammar point, and looks like a fair English question. And the construct validity and the criterion related validity, it is limited because students select the correct form but no context of politeness, formality, and the recognition does not predict university performance like essay and a presentation. So it is weak criterion related validity. So how we can improve this question? You can add context. The teacher dropped her glasses. Can space help with me those glasses? So learners think about both form and situation. So, and that's all. Okay, and the overall conclusion from this example. So we find that UNT grammar questions partially meet content validity because they cover real English rules, but they often lack construct validity because they test memorization of forms, not communication. Yes, and some items like models reduce fairness because of multiple possible correct answers. And for stronger validity, tasks should be more contextualized and authentic, yeah, because scoring should allow flexibility where English has more than one correct option.
So now let us give our detailed suggestions for improving section English on UNT exam. So our first suggestion is to include productive skills, which means writing and speaking. So why? Nowadays the UNT focuses mostly on grammar and reading through multiple choice questions, as we know. So this leaves out writing essays, expressing opinions, or giving some oral presentations. So which are essential for university study, as we know. So which means that we can add some short essay tasks like writing 150 words about advantages and disadvantages of online learning, for example, and include some speaking tasks where students record their voice, 1 minute response to a prompt. So it improves content validity and the criterion validity because it covers full range of language skills and predicts success in real university tasks like writing assignments or class discussions. That was our first suggestion. Next suggestion is to use authentic context instead of isolated sentences. So why? Many current items are decontextualized, as we have introduced in our examples. Such items test memorization of rules, not communicative use. So instead of asking only to fill the blank, place the sentences in a paragraph. For example, as it was in our example, we can improve such questions by this way. Like during a debate about politics, a student said, we are giving context, then our question, a president I would make sure people obey the law. So how does it affect to our validity? It improves construct validity since students show they can understand grammar in real life communication, not just in isolation. And the next one, it is align and we use university requirements. So why? The goal of UNT is predict success in higher education. At university, students must read academic texts, summarize, write essays, and engage in discussion. And but the test current measure only grammar and vocabulary or short readings. Yeah. For example, add a listening comprehension task using academic lecture or news reports. Yeah. Maybe include a summary task where a student read a short academic article and write a 3 or 4 sentence summary. So here validity effect is enhanced criterion related validity because performance on the test will better predict actual performance in university English courses. Yes, and the last one, increase authenticity and reliability in scoring. And why? Because multiple choice questions are easy to mark but reduce authenticity. For writing speaking tasks, reliable scoring is needed. For example, use analytic rubrics. Yeah, scoring, writing based on grammar, vocabulary, coherence, maybe task achievement, and train raters to ensure fairness and consistency. And here validity effect is improved face validity. Students trust results first of all, and the criterion related validity because scores reflect actual academic ability. So, and that's all. Overall, the conclusion is the UNT English section shows some strengths and the content face validity, but serious weaknesses in construct and criterion related validity. Yes, it focuses too much on grammar and the multiple choice items, which limits its ability to reflect real communicative and competence of predict university performance. Okay, thank you for your listening. Bye bye.
Bye.